And hello, I'm Uncle Snaff, and welcome to my new LockSport stuff. Let's get into it already. All right, so I like my toys. I'm a toy fan. What I mean by that is tools and gadgets and stuff. I'm a tool guy. I've got a tool for everything. It's just what I have. But all that being said, one of the things I love about LockSport is I love all the tools that are out there and that kind of thing. I have created rather a collection of tools in the LockSport, so I've got tons of different types of picks and turning tools and all that kind of stuff. And if you're new to LockSport, and or if you're following LockSport, you're going to see some stuff out there in the background of some of these other guys. Bosnian Bill, Lockpick Lawyer, Sandman. Those are my three favorites. I love watching these guys, but you're going to see some really cool stuff. One of the things I saw in the background of a number of videos was this little guy right here, and I have to say I was looking for a tool stand for a long time. I was actually using a cup from work that I had gotten to put my tools in. It was a real pain in the butt. Now I use it to put other tools and stuff in. But that wasn't working out. So I wanted an actual stand, and I saw this in the background. I was like, man, I got to find out what this is. So I went digging and found it. There's a company out there called 3D LockSport. I'll put their address in the bottom of the thing here. But 3dlocksport.com, this guy prints out stuff for LockSport. So he's a LockSport enthusiast himself. He likes tools, got a 3D printer, voila, marriage in heaven. So all that being said, he's got a bunch of really cool stuff out there. And again, like I said, I wanted to stand. So this is just the first stand that I bought. I am going to buy another stand, and I'm going to explain this a little bit more in some more detail. So first things first is and let me bring this in just a little bit for you. All right. This thing is really cool. It carries a ton of different types of tools and all that kind of stuff. It has some additional stuff that you can do that are on the sides. It has different types of tray stuff. There's a whole ton of different features that you can get for this. Let me get this out of the way. That just props out there. But there's a ton of different type stuff that you can get for this thing. So it's all 3D printed. This is a honeycomb pattern, if you can't see that already. The other thing that's really cool is this guy prints in a ton of different colors. Just happens to be purple is my favorite color. He does do purple, so I decided to go with black and purple, kind of keep it a theme, all that kind of good stuff. But there's also these little side buckets here, and these are I forget what it is. I think it's I'd have to look it up, but I think he's got something like 12 to 14 different types of these. So I just happened to get one that had a whole bunch of little cubbies in it, and the other one had cubbies for my followers and all that kind of stuff, and my tweezers, all that, or my pin tweezers, I should say, for disassembling locks and all that kind of stuff. And it really is cool because it's got all kinds of stuff. Here's something else that's really, really cool. If you go on our site, you can find it, but you can actually get stuff to assemble two of these together. So if you got a couple of these, a couple different variations of it, you could assemble a couple of these together, or you could put extensions on it, or there's different types of these, or you can take this off and put this together and put this on the end of the other one. Get what I'm saying? There's all kinds of stuff that you can do with this, and it's just damned clever. One of the things I really like is I can carry a number of different size stuff. Now, I have a couple things. Here's some law lock picks. All right, law lock picks. They've got a much larger handle than normal. I love these guys' picks because I've got big hands. Big hands need, a place to put them, right? So some of these smaller picks, and I'll show you. Oh, here's one right here. This is a Dangerfield right here. All right, so flexible, small. I actually had to put a rubber handle on it. And I know it says Southward on it, but it happens to be a Dangerfield in here. I managed to get it to squeeze in there. But all that being said, um, I was able to use the larger pick more comfortably than the smaller ones. The smaller ones are just very difficult for me to grasp. And again, it's just big hands, you get that problem. So this actually handles a larger size pick. He's got this in a new size of the hole here, so it does handle the larger size. Now, what happens if you're a little bit of a madman and you put a lot more heat shrink around your lock, so it makes it quite a bit size larger? All right, no, it will not fit into the hole. All right, it's not going to go. But it has slots in the back, so I put my oversized ones in the back slots. It's no big deal, and I absolutely love this thing. And I can carry other little tools and measuring tools and scissors and I forget what these things are called. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Hydrostats, whatever they call them. Heliostats. I don't remember what the hell they're called, but ton of different types of stuff. And then the other end of it is put turning tools in here. I got different types of turning tools. So this is just one of things. Now, this also has a little shelf in here. So I'll talk about the Sparrow locks here a little later on. But this shelf is actually really handy, and I actually use it. A lot of people use it. You know, they can put their tools in it, that kind of stuff. I personally like to use it to put my Sparrow practice locks in. It fits it perfectly. There's types that's got trays and that kind of thing. So that's just this thing. So this stand is awesome. And it has a felt underside. It's actually really nice. Works very well. Doesn't move around, but doesn't damage my tables, that kind of stuff. He's got some other stuff. Now, price-wise, I mean, this is $50 for the large stand here. These little end ones, I forget what the end ones were. They were $15, $18, something like that for the ends. It's really, for what you're getting, it's really not bad. I'm not rich, and I can be a cheapskate. But that being said, I also like to spend money where I need the money spent. I didn't have any problems purchasing this. So being as thrifty as I am, I'm good with buying that. That was actually a good purchase price-wise for me. All right, still a little steep in my world, but not too shabby. All right. But there's some other things. So he's got a lock assembly too. Now, what's really kind of funny, when I was on the site, I saw these and I thought, oh, these are really cool because I can hold my KIK locks. I can hold a mortise lock here. This is a mortise lock holder, which is really nice. And I saw it and I was like, oh yeah, whoop, if I can get my fingers to work right here. Yeah, let's try that again. There we go. So I can hold mortise locks in here. No problem. That works nice. I can hold the lock, no problem. It works out pretty decent. I didn't realize that this is actually the insert for another holder he has. It has a little clip for the top of it, holds these things in place, that kind of stuff. So there's even that he makes. And again, prints it out in whatever colors you want. So I think I'll probably get a black one and put these purple inserts in it, you know, because I like that whole purple and black thing. It's a thing. All that being said, though, so he makes that stuff, but something else that I came across, and I absolutely have to say, I think this was just the bomb. I saw this pinning tray on Sandman's thing, and he has this, you know, the 3D LockSport was engraved up here on the top, and it's got his name right here on it, and they'll actually print these up for you. So you go on to their site and you can actually upload your file for him to print this on. So of course I've got to have my nickname and my logo on there, and you know, it's a branding thing, you know, but I got to have my Uncle Snap on there, and I got it on there, and again, in my own colors. So, you know, I like purple. That just happens to be a favorite color. But you get the whatever background you want. And now, this thing works best if you do a lighter background on the back side and then a darker color. But it's completely up to you. You can do it however you want to do it. But the cool part is you can use this as a very nice pinning tray. It's got tons of spots for tools and that kind of thing. And it's customized. So Also comes with the felt backing on it. So again, you're not going to scratch anything up. It's lightweight. It's modular, whatever you want to call it. I just think it's cool. It's a very, very cool little gadget. And again, this is something I had to have. You know, okay, I'm guilty. I am absolutely guilty. I like to buy my toys. One of the things I like about LockSport, these hands don't work like they used to work, all right? And I freely admit that. But that being said, I'm not spectacularly good at picking locks. I've already said that, you know, I'm not going to be the best lock picker in the world and that kind of thing. I'm starting to get there. I'm starting to actually get the hand on it and that kind of stuff. But I like all the toys and tools and things that you can collect along the way with that. And that's one of the things I really like about this particular sport. So something, if you've seen it in the background, now you know what it is. If it was something that you were curious about, that you saw, that you wanted, that kind of thing, go to 3D LockSport and you can pick this stuff up. It's not super expensive. He prints it out, customizes it for you, whatever colors that you want. He's got just about every color under the sun for you. And or I'll change that up, a wide selection of colors. There you go. See, now I didn't ruin that for him. But yeah, so a whole different tons of stuff. Like I said, I'm going to get another one of these and actually make a modular set because I have more tools that I'd like to be able to put on this and everything like that. So I think that would just be really cool. One other thing that he even had these. Now, this is something I really liked this, but there's a little problem, and this is what happens when you run into a non-perfect world, all right? So this right here, this is a turning tool from, oh, good Lord, Covert Instruments, all right? Covert Instruments makes these turning tools as a two-sided turning tool. I don't like the other point on here. So what I'll probably do is I'm going to buy some more of these. I'm going to turn around and cut the short end off and leave the long end. But I just like having the single one because it's easy to store, all right, that kind of thing. And I was thinking, oh man, it would be so nice to have this right here. But unfortunately, these holes are not big enough to actually put a standard turning tool in. I'm a little disappointed. I'm going to give him a holler on that. Maybe going to change that up. But this has a slotted end, so you can take that kind of turning tool, all right? And you could actually put the turning tool in the slotted end and actually hold your turning tools there if you have that slotted type turning tool. So that's kind of a cool feature. Also, this is kind of like a little side thing I got. I got it just for the giggles of it. But a standard, you know, the standard single type turning tool, these actually fit relatively okay. They're not super big, so they fit the holes pretty good. And this could be used for other things as well. I'm sure I could use this for my files and that kind of stuff if I ever wanted to have, you know, an individual file holder or something like that. Yeah, I could do that as well. So this is not, you know, a loss in any way, shape, or form. It just doesn't fit everything that I wanted it to, but still, very, very cool little thing. Again, felt on the bottom, whole 9 yards, and it prints up in whatever color you want. So I figured black would be just a good, simple, you know, out-of-the-way kind of color for it. All that being said, so pop on over to 3D LockSport. Check out their stuff. Yeah, like I said, you've seen this in the background. I'm sure you've had questions about this stuff, you know, whether or not you could find it and what it was and where it was found at. And that's the guy. So nobody's giving me anything, so I didn't get paid for any of this. This is not an advertisement for anybody. It's just something I found, it's something I liked, and something that I'm going to keep on working with. So you guys have a great day. Enjoy. I'm Uncle Snaff, and I'm out of here. See ya.